Hi Roberts Kindergarten, it's Miss Gass here with this week's science investigation. So we're beginning to learn about something new in kindergarten this week. We are learning about the earth. And to begin, we did that read aloud of the book Dirt, The Scoop on Soil. So we are going to be looking at dirt or soil today for science. And as you can tell, we're going to need to go outside to do that. So in the book, there was an experiment that they suggested doing, and we're going to do it this week in kindergarten. So here are the tools that you need. You are going to need a container that is clear and tall. Okay, so a bowl is not going to work, but a jar would work, or a glass would work. It's going to want to be clear so that you can see through it. And then you are going to need something to dig with. We're going to be digging soil, so I chose this big spoon from my kitchen. This is going to be my tool to dig with. So these are the two tools that you need, and then after that we're going to need some water, which you can get from the faucet or the hose. All right, so let's go get digging. Okay, for our next step, you are going to want to find a spot outside that has some dirt or some soil, and you're going to want this. It could be in your yard, it could be in a park, it could even be on the side of the street. You're not going to take very much, so that's okay. But one thing is, you're going to want to be digging in dirt that is not in a garden patch, because a lot of times gardens are added. The people add fertilizer or topsoil or things like that, and we want the dirt we want to be able to see all the different parts of the soil, so we're not going to want soil that's come out of a bag. So I have chosen this spot right here in my backyard, and I am going to dig with my spoon. You're gonna want to, it's okay if you get rocks in there. You're gonna want to dig, put the soil into your jar, and try and dig down, okay? Instead of like digging one spot over here and one spot over here, because then you're gonna get the same part of the soil on top. You wanna try and dig down. And you, ooh, hit something here. That looks like a really big rock. All right, so you don't want to fill your jar or your glass or whatever you're using all the way to the top, because we want to leave some space for water. So I filled it up to about there, and now we're ready for the next part of our experiment. Okay, next we are going to want to add water into our container. So I am just going to use the faucet, but if you'd like, you can use the hose if you're outside, and you're going to want to fill it up, but not all the way. You don't want it to overflow. So I'm going to add water. Till about there. Okay, and then I'm going to stir, because I want all the different parts of the soil to get mixed up. All right, if you have a jar that has a lid, you could also put the lid on and shake it up, but I don't have my lid right now. Stir a lot. Okay, so now it's all stirred up, and this next part of the experiment is going to take some patience. You're going to want to find a spot to put your container where you're going to let it sit for a couple of days. And you can keep checking on it for sure, but you're going to want to let it sit for a couple of days, and then you're going to want to come back and take a look, do some observations of what has happened to the soil. If you look closely, just like in the book we read, you should be able to see the different parts of the soil based on how close the pieces are together. So I've included a paper that you can use to record your observations, and you can go back to the read aloud book, Dirt, The Scoop on Soil, and try and identify which parts you think are which. And then you're going to want to share with your class and post in the comments below. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I think depending on where you get your soil from, you're going to see different things, right? So if your yard has soil that has a lot of sand in it, then you're going to see something different than maybe somebody who's dug up their soil at a park where the city's been fertilizing it. So I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, and you can check out the video that's posted here as well to learn a little bit more about soil. I'm noticing my soil is already settling. I can see the water up here on the top. All right, I hope you guys have fun.